Okay, we are back once again with what should be the last of the main story of Chrono Trigger for the DS. I'm tripping over myself a little bit here. I'm like, oh hey, describing this seems a little bit silly because, yeah, we are not going to be done with the game after this. There's still a bonus dungeon and everything. But when I'm about to say, oh, we're going to deal with the original story, this is also, it sounds like I'm saying we're going to deal with the rest of the stuff that was added for the DS, and that's not the thing today. When I say the original story, I mean we are beating Lavos. And finishing the rest of the Black Omen to boot. So, we have a very special room here. This is actually something I should have done a couple of times off stream. This enemy here, which I think is called the Blubber Hulk in this version, but was called the Tubster on the SNES, which is very funny. This MFer, we can steal power taps from. So, if we wish to, we could probably just grind this thing for strength buffs for a while. However, I'm probably going to keep that short, and by that I mean I'm going to do it like once or twice at most. We are going to make a sincere effort to try and get all of the speed tabs that are available. And the same with, there are apparently only 4 magic tabs we can steal in this entire place from an enemy that I primarily remember for not remembering that it exists. If that makes any sense whatsoever, it probably doesn't. And, I mean, this game is easy enough that I don't really think we need all the drugs, but on the other hand, we're gonna take them anyway if we can get them. You know, just like a normal individual, we're going to vacuum up every single bit of drug that we find in this world. And look at that. Robo is at max strength, and Ayla and Magus are pretty damn close themselves. How is Chrono looking strength-wise? 84. I should probably buff him up a bit. So yeah, needless to say, this is definitely... Oh, does this dude not respawn? Do I have to come in through the front door? This may actually be a one-off thing. I could have sworn that this is a thing you could... Yeah, you gotta go in through the long way. If you come in the short way, then our friend the Tubster does not respawn. He is like, oh, you weren't far enough away. Also, yes, as you would expect for this enemy model, the fella just counterattacks everything. I'm sure if the game could get away with it, it would counterattack you buffing or attempting to run or any of that. Also, yeah, Magus tends to get kind of fucked up by this thing because I guess his defense is just not there with the rest of everybody. Yeah. He is noticeably squishier than the rest of the crew. Is he just... Like, clearly his armor is absolutely nuts. I think it's just the fact that his own base defense, he's just made out of paper. Vegas, you gotta do a little bit more... How are you gonna bench press Lavos if you can't take a hit from a counterattack without taking 400 damage? Come on, dude. You can do better than that. You can also do worse than that, but I digress. So yeah, I think this is going to be our last strength tab we're going to grab, and then we're going to piss off and we're going to go do the rest of the dungeon. As one normally would. For reference, yes, the Tubster has like 2200 HP, as a lot of enemies here have, which is pretty close to what the original Hecarim had before. It always feels like this weirdly momentous occasion in a lot of RPGs when the regular mobs become as strong or stronger than bosses that you fought at any point in the game. Even though obviously it's going to happen eventually just by virtue of the sheer length of a lot of these games. Alright, our... Oh no, it's not a counterattack. Never mind. Whatever, I was about to say our budget Gatos here have an Iron Sphere counterattack, but it's just a regular attack for them. So that's neat. I think. 1 second. Okay, that's not so bad. It just felt like I was further down. Great, 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 great. Alright, 3 of our shieldsmen. Oh, why'd I do that? It's okay, Aelin might be able to crack through it anyway. Nope. Oh no, it attempted to cast Lock, which, even if it had succeeded, would not have been very impressive. Excuse me. Excuse me. Again. Alright, so we get a couple of these chodes. I mean, the odds was... Oh, fuck you. Do they have nothing to steal specifically if they've eaten another one of the snakes? Because that would be kind of... interesting? No, no, that is not the case. It just appears to be random. Oh well, we got 2 Mega Elixirs out of that fight. I mean... Again, that's probably more than we're going to need for this battle, but... Or by this battle, I mean the final battle. And we got a Zodiac Cape, which I don't think is something anyone in our anyone in our party is going to find a whole lot of use for. Yeah. Okay. I couldn't get past that, clearly. I just wanted this fight to be a little bit quicker than it will be, but I'm sure this won't be too long. Hey, nice one, Robo. So yeah, in those groups, the smaller orb has the greater HP. We got one of these groups. I don't like this. I don't like the Fang Beasts in there. Massive amount of HP and their ability to cut your health in half with a single attack. Yeah. They're kind of irritating. That's alright, we got away with it. Let's try stealing a gold stud from this Flyclops, even though we probably don't need it more. I mean, we've got 5 at this point, I think? Which, again, is more than you should ever need. But on the other hand, why not, right? It's there. Also, let me tell you once again of the frustration of having long hair and wearing headphones where, of course, the ear cups kind of swivel. I'm using AKG K92s. And if you know sort of what those look like, they've got a fairly thin, well, I mean, it's a pretty reasonable sized circle thing on the outside of the ear cups where the swivel point is, and then it's a lot thinner inside, something like that. I'm trying to describe this, and it's not necessarily going to be the best description anybody's ever heard. That's one way to put it. And of course, sometimes the whole length of my hair gets stuck in that, and it's like, oh, I gotta figure out how to disentangle it from this weird post. What fun we don't have. Or sometimes we do, I suppose. Here we go into Mistfest 95. You see, 95, it's appropriate because this game came out in 1995. And we get ourselves a chunk of experience that we don't massively need. But that's okay. Hey, a power crest. That is an accessory that's worth like 12 strength or something? I would definitely fix Chrono's issue a little bit. Let's see if we can find the damn thing anyway. Yeah. Oh, 12 strength, 10... let me try this again. 10 strength, 10 stamina. That is pretty solid. And that would definitely put Magus a little bit more in the pink here. Give him some actual defense on himself and buff his attack strength. He hasn't been casting a whole lot of magic lately, so I'll go ahead and give him that. Again, fully round him a little more, and I'll wait a second to give Chrono his strength tablets until we are ready to use him. Guys, how do we fight these things? They come up in the next encounter, right? That's what's gonna happen. Yeah. As they project for us, a Tubster. Alright, so we got a lot of stealing to do in this fight. So let's see how badly these counterattacks hurt Magus this time. Oh boy, now we're getting into the steal fails again. Great. I love it when this stuff happens. Okay, that is noticeably less, but it's still not my idea of a great time. But hey, we're getting there. Eventually Magus will have some semblance of durability once I get him to level 99, probably. Not that that's something we're gonna necessarily do on camera, because I'm definitely gonna do most of New Game Plus off camera. At the very least, until we're able to do the Dimensional Vortex. Wow, okay. What a jerk. Right, that should be 6 gold studs. As I said before, more than we would ever reasonably need, but why the devil not? They're there for us. Why not put ourselves in a position where for some reason we can have them equipped to every party member all at once without having to shuffle nothing around? Now we got 6. I don't think anybody's equipped with one right now, right? Because everybody else just has better things at the moment. Yeah. Yeah, everybody just has better stuff right now. But again, it's there in case of a why not moment. Admittedly, way back when, I probably would have very specifically used that accessory setup when given the opportunity in the SNES version. When I was younger, I didn't really understand how good the prism specs were, especially because the game's a little bit not descriptive about how strong they are. It's just like, oh, they increase your damage. Yeah, that's real helpful. So does it affect my stats or anything? And technically no, but it's like an after effect of the calculation. Anyway, speed tab. Is everybody max speed in the main party? Yes, yes, yes. I think we want to throw heal beam. Yeah, that's right, because Ayla got messed up in that fight from getting a big metal ball dropped on her. Chest. Hey, another speed tab. Nice. And we get sucked up to another location with a pretty nasty sounding noise, not gonna lie. Okay, I sort of remember this big room. This is the one where we can find the aliens who are the sources of magic tabs. And also these nasty green things. I believe these... Yeah, the Godge. These are our source of magic capsules. And they are pretty nasty looking. They have an instant death counter. That... Yikes. I do not remember that. I do not remember that at all. That is fucking disgusting. Alright. Heal up Robo real quick, and... I don't know, we want to go... Charm. We want to see if these dudes have anything real quick before we summarily give them the business. They got magic rings. That... I don't need that many magic rings. I can get better stuff than that. Again, a source of magic tabs. That... It's perfectly fine. We got both of them from this fight, right? So... Yeah. And that leaves just these creepy fish blobs. Which I don't know what they do. Are they some sort of supporting enemy or something? I mean, I remember that sprite because, especially because obviously we saw the same sprite in the Lost Sanctum, which I almost called the Reptite Lair. That's somewhere else entirely. But I do not remember ever having fought those things in this game, which is very weird because you definitely have to if you're going through the Black Omen. And I've played this game many, many a time. Strangely enough, I'm pretty sure that I've played this game far more than Earthbound, which is still kind of my favorite RPG of all time, and obviously is where my username and all that stuff comes from. Let's take this battle, why not? Oh hey, this one has the regular fight music for some reason. Don't know what's up with that compared to the other the other Watcher Nomad fights. Don't run, I want your lunch money. And your experience, I guess. Are the big orbs only worth money and the little orbs only worth EXP? That seems like it would be the case, judging by those numbers. I think. Maybe I'm just imagining it. Anyway, yet another speed tab, and here is a fight with 2 more aliens. Do these dudes do anything? Or do they just counterattack in a really disgusting manner? Hey, that time it missed. Get fucked. I'm actually going to let this fight play out for a couple of seconds and see if they use an actual attack or anything, because... yeah, I don't really remember how these dudes fight, if they really do. So... I'm guessing they are literally just counterbots. Because... frankly, why not, right? Yeah, they seem to just be counterbots. That's... huh. There's a lot of enemies that seem to just counterattack. Like, again, the Tubster does not seem to do anything except for use counterattacks. What a strange choice of enemy design, not only once, but multiple times. So we're probably running into a boss fight here. We're going to shelter up real quick, and... yeah, this is one that has some... I remember these effects being a little more over the top in the OG. They probably were toned down for this version because by this era in Nintendo history, a lot of devs were toning that stuff down on the SNES. Okay, yeah, the lower body, upper body is taking like minimal damage. We might have to attack this thing at the bottom first, and then go from there. Yeah, I mean, its drains are minimal, but they are extant. Or is it just weak to magic? That's also a possibility. And one that we're going to explore here with a little bit of dark matter. This will probably piss it off real badly, actually. Oh, that's good damage. So magic may just be our general purpose out here. Which is going to put Ayla in the supporting role. Unless any of her stuff does non-magical damage. Or does magical damage, rather. Let's see if Tailspin does anything. I don't think it's going to, but we'll find out. Oh, that's pretty significant. Never mind. Well, hooray! She's got something she can do each turn. And that is spend massive amount of MP for a move that I almost never use. Hey, that was very short. Much shorter than I was expecting, that's for sure. Alright, so that tile should turn into a warp point, I'm expecting. But we're going to go back and we're going to shelter up and we're going to save. Because why wouldn't we, right? Oh no, there's a door through here. Well, that's nice and easy. Alright, here is a warp location. Take us deeper into the Black Omen. Oh hey, look, it's another elevator. Cool. Hey, y'all got any more of them there panels? Aw, you dick. Well, fuck you, Hitler. I'm probably gonna upset at least somebody by saying that if, again, assuming that there are people who are listening who are like, wow, okay, who's... Imagine being the person who streams this game and says, fuck you, Ayla. Like... Is there somebody out there who would be who would actually consider her not to be top tier? And the answer is, well, when you see things like that, it's definitely a little bit disheartening. Alright, time for some Cybots. Nowhere near as annoying as they were in Chrono Cross, and even in that game, they weren't too bad. As Magus is just completely stern about that whole confusion spell thing. Just meh. He does not care. Alright. I was gonna say, I know how these elevators work. There's probably gonna be another fight, and there was not somehow. And here we are in a room that looks very much like one of the first rooms of the area. Which is really weird, but I'm sure we're making progress because we fought a boss. It'd be really weird if we fought a boss and we were not making progress. But I definitely had a moment of concern there because we saw a little bit of recycling of the elevators and all that. And... oh, hey, that's a pretty neat attempt at an effect where they sort of look like they come in from down below, but not quite. You know, sometimes special effects failure on the SNES, it happens. It's an old console. They worked with what they had. Sometimes what they had was not necessarily all that much. Okay, can we just press a button on this? Yes, eventually. Hey, hello to strength tabs. Also, I think I saw one of those dudes actually use a real attack that time. That's kind of surprising. What's our stat situation looking like? Alright, 5 strength, 3 speed, 4 magic to distribute. Not so bad. Again, though, I could have sworn there were more of those panel enemy. Ah, here we go. Alright. 4 speed tabs steal here. And these dudes getting a bunch of turns, obviously. I realize it's kind of my fault for not bothering to give her the charm top, but still, come on. Fuck's sakes, dude! Alright, well, I'm gonna steal from the one that was damaged first to make sure that... Or at least attempt to, because that's going to be a concern. Yeah, big concern. What the f... I'm trying not to be annoyed about this, but, like... Putting a steal as a spell that can miss at all is kind of on the... There are definitely some parts of this game that are not good, folks. People who say it's a perfect game, you're a fucking idiot. It's like Ocarina of Time and the Water Temple. You know, the thing that everybody hates. Hey, finally she managed to land a steal on that one. Alright, well, we can run through the rest of the fight and everything will be fine. No need to worry about random counters, landing crits, and depriving us of any speed tabs. Sheesh. Ayla, you don't deserve that level. That was performance. And not good performance. Wow, another speed tab. Thanks, game. I think that's all of them from here, then. Because we just got 5 in this room, and we had another... Alright, so we have 8. We stole at least 4. I think we got another 2 elsewhere in this dungeon, and there are 14 here to be gotten, so... Yeah, let's start passing these around like Halloween candy here. Alright, so Chrono is buffed up. I think Frog is going to be the next person who gets some delicious, delicious speed tabs. Yeah, he's not quite going to max yet, but he's going to get pretty close. And, you know, the other party members, meh. They're not exactly, You know, very soon, the ability to DPS is going to be, like, all that matters, so... Marl and Luca are basically going to fall by the wayside entirely, is what I'm saying. Oh, hey, there... We're going to get some really fucky visual effects. We're going to have two chests over there to taunt us. And the Terror Mutant. Yes, indeed, we are getting the same boss model for the third time in this dungeon. For some incredibly silly reason. We got a muscle ring from the top. And we can't really do a whole lot of damage to it, it looks like. Counterattack, the bottom counterattacks with Life Shaver. I don't like that. Okay, I gotcha. So, it looks like the top is going to slowly drain the bottom, and that's going to be how we are able to make it die, right? And that had a power crest. Oh god, my ears. Alright, so what we're gonna do here is we're going to attack the bottom layer instead. I've got an idea here. We're also going to do this, and it's probably going to put Magus to 1 HP. Although, maybe not. I don't think the bottom half counters techniques, only physical attacks. And we're going to get fucked is what we're going to get. Oh, hey, that one had a marginally different attack animation. Let's see how the top part likes Dino Tail. Probably it's gonna... Yeah, it's gonna tank that really well because it's not magic. Again, this is a good reason to grab those gold studs and equip them to your best magic users. Is because of a boss like this that is all about dealing the magic damage. But as you can tell, I didn't remember that, so... Wow, I can't make that peak today, apparently. Wow. A dismal performance on my part. Give it to him, Magus. Yeah, that's not worth a whole lot of anything. Do some more of this. Oh, there we go. Okay, so with the top part dead, the bottom... Yeah, I was gonna say the bottom will just self-destruct due to ontological inertia at some point. And we get a white gemstone. Oh, I didn't find all of those now, did I? And a mega elixir. Excelente. Let us go. And... again, shelter, save, because we beat a boss. And hey, if the game's gonna be generous, we may as well accept that generosity. Yeah, so we got a power crest, which is another one of the things that Magus has already. Now out we go into this room. And so I think this is just the lead up straight to the final boss. Well, okay, final boss is a bit of a stretch, and as you can see, I was incorrect. There is a Lavos spawn here. because there's one of these in this dungeon as well. Which, hey, you remember the same mini-boss you fought before? Oh, but this one's the Elder Lavos spawn. Look out! It probably has more HP and DPS. Big fucking whoop. What do you got for us? A haste helm. That is nice, actually. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. But of course, this being a Lavos spawn, we just want to single target it as per usual. And with Robo being hasted, we don't have to worry about healing. This is honestly not worthy of the boss music. Oh, well that's an attack animation that we haven't seen yet. Neat. You got anything else in there, buddy? Should probably heal. Ah, there we go. There's another move. It's Dark Bomb. We know it. We love it. Actually, no, it was used by those Hades beetles. Hercules beetles, so that shit can fuck right off. Ouch! That's one hell of a counterattack. I love that that's the most dangerous thing it has in its system, by the way. Is the counterattack that you probably won't even see 99% of the time because unlike the ones on Death Peak having a dullard check to make sure that you press a direction on your D-pad before you attack, that one just auto-targets straight to the main target there. Alright, now I'm banking on the idea that Ayla will actually succeed the first time. We may not be able to get every power tab, judging by the fact that she just opened up by counterattacking one of those dudes for 1,000 damage. And this one had nothing to give! Okay, so do these have nothing to steal? I'll be very disappointed if so, but if that is in fact the case, well, I suppose that I won't be as mad about any possible failed attempts to steal. They definitely seem like they're a lot burlier, so maybe they are in fact a different enemy. Just with the exact same moves and all of that. Yeah, because again, there's supposed to be 14 here, and yeah, so we're just going to clear out the rest of this fight the way we do. And yeah, just assume that those are... none of them have anything to steal, just in general. Right, save. I probably should heal first and then save. Oh man, this creepy ass room where they've got the floating clones of your party members, except for Magus, who doesn't get anything. And the wrecked Mammon machine. This is where things get really weird. What the hell are you talking about? Oh well, that shouldn't be a problem. We've beaten everything else up to this point. It's eternal nightmare. Yeah, so you understand that you're, like, sort of abusing him a little bit, huh? Okay, so this is why you want an AoE healer in your party, is because Queen Zeal has a special move, as you saw there, called Halation, and she uses this in this fight and in her boss fight quite extensively. Just basically all the time, in short, and it drops your entire party's HP to 1. I don't know what that was supposed to be, but it was really strange of a way to animate it. And yeah, she's got a Mega Elixir to steal, so make sure you do that, won't you? However, that said, this fight is not particularly a lot of HP, if I recall correctly. In fact, we should probably be over half done by now, because there are several more boss fights in sequence. The end of the Black Omen is quite the meaty boss rush. Especially considering that Lavos is not exactly a short fight himself. Itself. Theirselves? Theirself, rather? Oh, fuck you. That is not necessary whatsoever. In fact, it's kind of rude. At the very least, she doesn't have, like, a Dalton suicide belch. That would be really genuinely irritating. Like, one of the worst things that I would have ever seen in a video game. Especially this one. And she gives us a Mega Elixir, no EXP, no money. You don't say. I think we're stronger. The Mammon machine is already wrecked, lady. I don't think that's going to be a very useful thing. But you do you, I suppose. You strange, strange person, you. Alright, we are up against the Mammon machine. This thing, I don't remember, like, what this boss really is like. Aside from the fact that its stats fluctuate based on what you hit it with, if I recall correctly. So we may not exactly be in an ideal party to deal with it. But again, yeah, Mega Elixir to steal. At the very least, we can slowly but surely basically neutralize its magic by just continuing to wail on it and make it waste its attack power. So how much damage is this going to do? It's manageable. And judging by that, I believe that counts as magic damage, so yeah, I think this might be like a reset of its stored power effect. No, it is not. Okay, never mind. It is. It just took a second. That was embarrassingly little damage, honestly. Alright, so this is the phase where we're gonna wail on it, basically, because... I mean, yeah, it's doling out, like, the most pathetic spell in the game, possibly. That is the worst flare spell that I've seen from anything in any Square Enix RPG ever. Alright, so now it's going into the happy fun times with its stat fluctuation, and we've gotten its defense so high that Ayla's only doing 4 damage. That's funny. Alright, Magus, make it waste some magic. Honestly, if that's the case, why am I bothering with throwing Dark Matter? Because I should just be using the cheaper spells. If all I'm doing with my spells is trying to influence its stats. Oh, well, never mind. I had a brainwave at the very end of the boss fight, so it ended up not mattering any. Good job, me. And hey, no drop. And then we proceed to get ejected from whatever weird space the Mammon Machine was in. Out onto the outer platform of the Black Omen. Look at this thing. And for some reason, she's being projected into space. That's a little bit weird, but okay. And Magus gets special lines for fighting her, and we get Magus's theme. Which is pretty cool. Normally, I think we get the music that we get for, like, the Black Tyranno boss fight and all of the sort of chapter bosses. Well, I mean, all the chapter bosses basically after the first few. Also, yeah, from that basic pose, yeah, her hands are giving us the finger. So this is a fight, I don't remember exactly how to deal with everything. I think the hands are practically invincible, but as we can see, they do have some good steals. So we're going to put that to use. And they do have some pretty painful counters, so that is something to be wary of. Painful counters and also really good steals. Thankfully, we targeted the hands in the correct order. So, Ayla lost her mana, but, you know, we got both of the steals in. I think the head still has something to grab, too. But it may just be a Mega Elixir, so do not necessarily take my word for that. In fact, I'm going to pause for a second and I'm going to go double check. Sorry to interrupt things here, but we'll be back to that in a moment. Alright, the face just coughs up another Mega Elixir, so, I mean, that's useful and all, but I don't think it's a great loss if we choose to forego it. Which is indeed what we are going to do here. Also, yeah, the Heavenly Gate sound effect is very wrong here, I think. I'm pretty sure it was much more of like a crunchy kind of... Not that weird laser sound effect, basically. And yeah, of course it's going to do absolutely fuck all to Magus, who is incredibly magic defense heavy, and I swear that element has some bearing on when certain spells do more or less damage. Because I feel like Chrono was resisting a lot of that lightning magic a lot better, and Magus probably was resisting that shadow damage more than anybody else here was. Although I could be wrong about that. It is just a feeling I got. Oh, wow. Fuck you too, man. I got a feeling that our next seal is probably going to be burning a Mega Elixir then. Just because, hey, having my healer that hard out of commission would probably necessitate something like that, right? You know what, Magus, where's your... You go ahead and do that, dude. Yeah, just in time for Robo to go below 300, which is usually a pretty solid time to throw out a big heal like that. Is if a party member goes below 300 HP, usually you want to heal then. But hey, we're able to recover our Mega Elixir instantly and just keep on going. I think the head has 20,000 HP and it's over, so who cares? I don't know why I point out these stats. It's not like any of you are counting the HP either. And now, of course, she gets super duper pissed and summons Lavos. Pardon me. Magus is already here. I'm thinking about Magus because, honestly, that dude is pretty cool. Oh, I have a feeling you're going to get aided as well, but I don't know. Maybe that's just me. As the Black Omen dissolves into the dimension of Lavos. And of course, it emerges from the sea floor with all those cracks and crevices. I guess it juts all the way out from the bottom of the sea up to the surface. And here we are, Lavos enters attack mode. Now, to deal with this, first thing we're going to do is we're going to change our party. Magus, you are no longer necessary. Instead, we will have Robo, Ayla, and Chrono. And real quick, we're going to put Chrono at the top of the party. It doesn't really affect the way any actions happen. Also, we're going to double check that he doesn't have better gear available. Okay, I mean, the Moonbeam armor, the Dragon armor is probably a better choice for him. Switch to the Nova armor and give him the Haste Helm, but no, I don't need to do that. And I think we've used up all of our drugs at this point, so yeah. No more opportunities to steroid Chrono up anymore. We're going in for it. And we're using this party here for one very specific reason, which is that Falcon Hit clears out most of these little mini phases before Lavos. Because before we fight the head itself, we have to do a boss rush of mostly like chapter tier bosses, basically, that we fought a long time ago, and they're coming at us with the same stats. Because that makes total sense, right? Resulting in most of these suckers being single-turn affairs. And in fact, we're going to... no. We don't need to equip the gold stud on Chrono. We'll be fine. Let's go ahead and just throw out a Luminaire, and that should insta-kill the Hecarim form. Like, our damage should be high enough, even with Chrono not being exactly a magical powerhouse compared to a lot of people in the game right now. Yeah. Good looks. Alright, so next up we've got Zombor. Zombor is, again, probably going to job to Falcon hit, I think. Yeah, we can hit both parts of it. However, it's most displeased by this turn of events. Which, you know what? Let it be. I don't give a shit. We've got Masa and Mune up next. By the way, stealing from these things does not do anything. I don't think you can steal from any of Lavos' forms whatsoever. And yeah, this fight is not going to be hard, because, yeah, only 3,000 or maybe 3,600 HP. And we can take that down super fast. Alright, Nizbel. This is one that I did not want to be dealing with, but I suppose here we are. Ayla, get out of the party. We're bringing Frog in. And he's gonna help us out at least a little bit here. So our way of dealing with this is going to be just to cast Lightning in order to remove its defenses, and then use all of our big hits, physically speaking. And hopefully we can kill this form before it unleashes its electric field. Yeah, we got there. Alright, so Magus should be next, right? Yes, here we go. Frog first. Alright, fire. Fuck. Well, great. Robo, just punch it again. Force a barrier change. Dark. That is very easy because Robo, of course, has the dark magic in the party. And he gets to go basically constantly. Yeah, unfortunately, I was hoping that Area Bomb would be able to hit the damn thing, but apparently the game is just like, yeah, you know what? Fuck you. And to that, I don't really have a whole lot I can say. Yeah, okay, fuck me, I guess. Jeez. Alright, so are we in the phase of no more barrier changes? It looks like it. So it's time to just whoop its butt. Oh, there we go. There's our physical attacks dealing some real damage. Now, we no longer really have to concern ourselves with the DPS check, because we're pretty much just going to be able to outspeed that almost by default. Like, we hit so hard and so fast at this point that there's no way that Lavos can get off a Dark Matter. Alright, Azala and the Black Tyranno. Don't remember the strategy for this one, once again. It may just be hit this fucker as hard as you can. So for that, we're going to bring in Ayla once again, and we're going to feed her a quick mid-ether. And then we're going to go into Falcon hit territory and do the thing. As my chair starts to lower itself, because of course it does. So give me a sec to fix that. I swear, this fucking chair does this more when I'm streaming. I don't know if I just, like, sit differently when I'm streaming or something, and that causes the thing to be not great. Alright, so at this point, I think this is just a DPS... well, DPS check is a bit of a stretch, but... you know what I'm saying. This is just a boss that we just beat up on. Until it's over. Until it's ogre. Until it's ogre battle. Wait, no, I have never played through an ogre battle game, and I suspect they are long and, well, long more than anything. So that may not be such a great choice for doing on a stream yet, you know. Alright, so here comes the countdown. Alright, so is this the Giga Gaia phase? Yes, it is. Okay. So this should be the final attack mode for Lavos before we go back into just regular old, you know, fighting actual Lavos. Okay, I meant to use Heal Beam there, but I guess I didn't hit down enough or something. Oops. But we can fix that now. On the other hand, Robo, you still go ahead and get some DPS in there. That's real nice of you. Alright, well, I can see that it's real pissed off. Which means that, Ayla, it's time for you to go back to warming the bench to bring in Magus. And let's go ahead, let's throw one Cure Beam at Chrono to max him out, and we should now be good to go. I'm going to throw a Gold Stud on Chrono, however... and I believe I want to Do the same for Magus. Yeah. Where'd it go? Right. Sorry, I got caught up in looking at other things. There we go. Now, those are going to be more important for an upcoming battle, but... because obviously this is not the final form of Lavos, but... still, we'll throw them on here now, because... our spells do a lot of damage. Can we hit you with Max Cyclone? We can't. Wow. And indeed, Lavos begins with one hell of an opening salvo of bullshit. Is that Destruction Rains from the Heavens is, as you would expect, hard-hitting, and then Chaos Zone can confuse your entire party. Make sure that you have status immunity, or you're gonna be sorry. But I mean, at this point, the Vigil Hat is the strongest pure defense helmet in the game, so you probably will have status immunity no matter what. Just by virtue of the fact that you'll be like, yeah, I really want to use those. Excuse any mouse cursor that was there. I really need to remember to just tie my fucking hair back before I stream, and I never, ever remember to do it, even though I'm pretty sure that I bring this up all the time, that I should do something like that. And yet, here we are, with me being a dumbass again about it. Oh wow, that was much faster than I was expecting it to be. So, Lavos' head explodes. And it appears we're going to have to go into Lavos' own shell here. Oh god, that track is really terrifying sounding. And the weird noises in the background. Man, this is kind of messed up, but we are inside of a living creature, I suppose. Maybe it should be a little messed up. Save. Dreams, and we are almost through with our playthrough. And despite what Magus said, we can, in fact, go back by taking this gate, and it takes us outside to the end of time, I think. And then we can go through the bucket or any of the other methods to get to 1999. Also, the heartbeat is getting faster the closer we get to the core. At least I think it's affected by that. Yeah. So that's pretty neat. And in we go to what is no doubt going to be some kind of Super Metroid monstrosity. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. The characters in this game were designed by Akira Toriyama. So it's just fucking Frieza. I feel like I've said before that I'm no great fan of Akira Toriyama's character designs. But more to the point, above all else, I just want to point out how much he recycles from DBZ for this game, or perhaps from this game for DBZ. I don't necessarily remember the chronology there because I don't like Dragon Ball Z that much. Yeah, I just had to give everybody a little bit of that track because It is a very, very popular one. Get out of there, mouse cursor. For some reason, I found that even though this track is objectively inferior to the one for the final boss, a lot of people really like this one more than the final boss. Also, there's some plot here that let's not miss out on. It possesses the DNA of every organism that has ever dwelt on this planet, is what Robo points out. It is the end of evolution in some sense. Also, it has laser beam nipples. I don't know if we're actually allowed to show that on Twitch, but I suppose that if it's an issue, well, I'll get in trouble and I'll be very upset about it later. And I will personally hunt Jeff Bezos down. With a claw hammer. And not a whole lot else. Wait, I'd probably want to do that anyway. Fuck that guy. I digress. I'm obviously not being serious in case there's any moderators who happen to come through here. But also, really, fuck Jeff Bezos and fuck Amazon as a company. And fuck every other monopolist, too. It's not like they're special in any way. Is a point that I feel I should make very clear. They're not unique in their evil. Okay, I was gonna say, will the arms fucking break already? And the answer is only almost. Yeah, you have to destroy both arms in order to lower the boss's defense. Okay, so I think that did something, but I'm not 100% sure if it actually had a real effect. There we go. God, why is that one like twice as hard to... That's really weird. Chrono? Oh, okay, I get it. It broke his status resistance. That is kind of fucked up, actually. That's even a thing that can be done. Like, wow. That's an interesting mechanic that I don't remember. So now Chrono's gone. I was gonna say Chrono's gone rogue on us, but everything's back to normal because he got snapped out of it from taking an absolute pittance of damage. This might hurt. Yeah, this one has the really impressive attack animation. Oh yeah, that actually does real damage. Wow. Alright. Robo, you should definitely heal. Because otherwise that could cause you some problems if he busts that out again in a row. Which I don't think is what his AI does. Because clearly, like a lot of enemies in this game, Lavos has a very set attack pattern. I don't remember what it is, but it's there. You know, if you were the sort of person who was a little more concerned about this stuff, you could study it a little more closely, and yeah. But there we go. That is Lavos' second real form down. And it is a weirdly humanoid alien-looking thing on the inside, huh? Lavos' goal: storing and analyzing the genetic code of every creature on the planet. He aimed to use it all to induce self-evolution into the ultimate form of life. Shadow the Hedgehog? His offensive capabilities are over 9,000? My sensors are overheating. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that only the leader of the party gets lines normally, but Chrono being a silent protagonist and all. So Magus gets some things to say that are pretty cool. Everybody's just like, get off my lawn! Magus' lines are better in the SNES, actually. Oh man, this music. Sounds a little worse on the DS, I think, but it's still a pretty good track. Just a really freaky atmosphere. So, this fight is a very interesting one. I'll read that in a second. Because, and I'm going to spoil the big weirdness about it right away, is that our real target is that thing. Yes, I know, cursor. Who gives a shit about professionalism right now? So, the thing in the middle is your sort of DPS unit. The thing on the left side is a healer, and the thing on the right is the actual target that you have to destroy. It's a pretty interesting trick, because normally you'd be like, oh, yeah, I gotta target the thing in the middle, right? The thing that looks the most humanoid, it's the biggest, it's the default cursor, it's what we saw in the cutscene, and no! Lavos actually evolved a trick to screw with you. So that's actually, like, really clever and smart. Also, while the Lavos core has some very strong, like, actually calculated damage attacks, instead of using Zeal's ridiculously gross halation move, it uses Demon Star, which is only half your HP. So, you know, Robo can deal with that shit super easily. The rat sprite is pretty much Snake on a plane. Nice. I can appreciate stupid things like that. That is definitely brilliantly silly sounding. Alright, so yeah, it's counting down to resurrecting the side bits. We want to try to DPS a little harder here. Come on. Honestly, we should probably focus our attention on the side bit with Robo while everybody else is using their AoE spells. Because, yeah, of course, those are also our best source of damage, just in general. And yeah, right now, this fight is just the go... This is just the go ham section of the fight. Ugh, sorry, my throat. Alright. And the side units are revived. Once again. Alright, so that means that, first of all, everybody, physical DPS on the healer. Also, I love the, like, time-traveling background. It looks really cool. And hey, its defense is still down from resurrecting the side bits. That is gonna make our lives significantly easier. At least for a moment. It may not even really get a chance to re-up its defenses, actually. Which is humorous to consider. Because again, we're just hitting this thing so hard and so fast because we got those gold studs. We are spamming Luminaire and Dark Matter like we didn't even care. Ah, shit, that was the wrong target. That's okay. But man, this is a really cool final boss. Oh damn, it reactivated its defenses. Well, that's not gonna last very long. Yeah, because that just happened. Alright, so... I was gonna say, everybody just get your basic physical slaps in before it lowers its defenses. And we got all of one hit in from Robo. Good job, buddy. Alright, so where's our... we're gonna feed Negus a quick mid-ether here. I don't know if that's gonna be enough to get through the fight, but it should be. Because I'm pretty sure that, compared to the last couple of fights, which were, you know, in the, like, 30,000s HP-wise at most, I believe in this fight, the final Lavos score has, like, 65 grand. Or that could have just been something that I read 1.5 million years ago as a child that was incorrect. Oh, hey, look, the fight's over. Never mind. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say that that's just something that I read in a guide as a kid that was not correct. And that I never confirmed to not be right. As we get... Oh, sorry about your eyes, by the way. But there we go. We did it. We have defeated Lavos. And we get a call back to our opening cutscene. Sir, what are you doing in my home? Your stay of execution has been withdrawn. Has that not been, dealt with before? That's really weird. I mean, this should just be a regular Chancellor, not a Yakura, so. Save the future. Like, everybody's just putting on this whole scene, right? Oh, hey, Doan still exists in 2300, so I guess that future was somehow not eliminated by our actions, but I suppose, again, that would probably cause a time paradox if it was. So there does have to be something to, like, stop that from happening. Or maybe it just takes a while for that shit to kick in, I don't know. Yep, you saved 2 past eras, 1 future, 1 present, and you didn't do jack diddly shit positive for zeal. Meanwhile, I guess Marl wasn't in on the whole thing. However, the King and the Chancellor were, and that's kind of amusing. And yeah, here is a big story point that I don't think was ever discussed, is that, yeah, everyone is basically, pretty much everyone is linked to the Guardia line almost entirely of these major characters. I guess Doan is sort of the closest that you get to a leader in the future, because that's as close as there is to a society in the future. So, like, for some reason, every king is... Is that, like, a type of preordination, basically? That seems a little bit, I don't know how I feel about that. I think it's also supposed to be explained somewhere that all of the playable characters, with the possible exception of Ayla, again, with a big asterisk because she and Kino are an item, and on a technicality, Robo, because he's a robot, are connected in some way to people who used to be born in Zeal, and the ability to use magic is basically passed down through generations, but it never awakes in most people because, because of reasons, unless they go see Specchio, which most people don't, because time travel, blah, blah, blah. A victory parade, yay! Oh, sorry. Alright, we gain control again. I see the Mystics come down from Medina. You get here in time for game clear. You did. You missed at least some part of the final boss, which is probably just as well, because admittedly some parts of the final boss are kind of a grind. Especially the first phase where you get that sort of mini boss rush before. That only happens if you approach it from certain directions, though. Like, if we went there through the time machine, we would not have to face that. In fact, I'm pretty sure if we take the Epoch to 1999, we can actually just crash it straight into Lavos' face and skip the entire first phase, which is kind of awesome. What's my next game? My next game is more of this because there's still post-game that we can do. But I have to actually watch the ending and start a round of New Game Plus for that. So, that will be... Basically, if I don't get up to the point in New Game Plus where I unlock that stuff for Wednesday, then it will be, sometime after that. And if not on Wednesday, I'll find something short to play. I like the idea of, like, everybody just believing that this is a thing that happened, even though it's so bizarre. Oh, Melchior, don't say that. There's a whole sequel out there. Somebody's gonna have to get hurt in that, my friend. I don't particularly like it either, but you know what? It is what it is. Let's go check on... Oh no, the Gato room is blocked off. Never mind. Rip, we can't go see the cat robot. and hear it sing for us. I think this little side room is also blocked off as well. Yeah. Probably just as well. I don't know how our visitors from 65 million BC would take to seeing their culture become a sideshow attraction like that, but maybe they'd be happy to see that it still exists in some manner. Hey, frog. He's still a frog for some reason. Yeah, I guess there's not much need for time travel anymore, is there? Not until the sequel happens and it becomes something that doesn't exist anymore. Marl, did you really expect that they would stay here? That would probably fuck things up real bad. Marl, shut up. Kino, shut up even more. Marl, you really need to shut up very badly. Ayla just calls him a dumbass and drags him into the portal. Nice. Yes, indeed, Frog. All of us linked to exactly 2 humans. Very strange. Despite there being many more humans in the past. Well, I guess, you know, maybe the Ice Age causes some weird... Well... It's a thing, alright. And there goes the old king, and there goes old Glenn. Hey, you know what, buddy? See you later. Princess kisses the frog. Yep. You know, it's a happy ending when the princess kisses the frog. And Luca is not upset about him being a frog anymore, so good on her. And Magus... he's going to search for Shala. Apparently. But he's not going to tell us that. Sir, I can recommend you someone who built a diving suit, possibly. Actually, no, maybe I can't. Not in this universe. But I'm saying it might be helpful so that way you can go see the ruins of the Ocean Palace before they turn into the Black Omen. And maybe, just maybe, she'll be down there because that's what I would expect would happen if she didn't get sucked into the Vortex. As we'll find out, that's not what happened, but, you know, they probably were like, well, we gotta do something with this properly. Oh, yeah, this is... Here's a moment. Yeah. So you realized. Robo was born in the bad future, which was negated when we defeated Lavos. So he may not exist. However, he still exists back here for some reason. Yes, Chrono Trigger is about time travel and Chrono Cross is about dimensional travel. That is correct. So I guess we don't have to worry about Robo probably existing, possibly. That's okay. He does find a purpose, and it comes up in Chrono Cross. But we already played that game, so this is Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Little bit, eh? Little bit. Yeah, I mean, Doan's still here if, and he still looks exactly the same, so... And again, maybe he would have anyway. Maybe he would have just dressed in the most raggedy clothes possible, even in the future. Aw, Robo's crying. Aw, poor guy. I think we all are a little bit. Bye, Robo. You were kind of the best, dude. And now he may not even be real in a very short time. Yeah, I remember that from one of the side quests. The feeling that entity is finally at rest. Yeah, because the gates are weakening, and they're going to disappear very soon. Yeah, I mean, a bit rough, isn't it? But on the other hand, you don't want to accidentally step on anything and cause problems. Oh. Oh, the cat's causing trouble again. Pets run away when you don't feed them. No, the cat's just like, oh, that's a keyboard. I'm gonna go lay on it. Oh, never mind. The cat ran into the portal, and Chrono's mom just ran after it. Oh. Well, that's a bit of a thing you gotta worry about, eh, Chrono? Yeah, I guess our time machine is not going to be decommissioned just yet. Thanks a lot, Balthazar. Oh, we're being interrupted. Well, I guess it's a two-person job then, isn't it? About that, sir. A bit of a problem happened. Oh, what's going on? Oh, you've got a bunch of balloons attached to a bell. Nadia's bell. It will ring out across. He got up there pretty easily. Or is it just because of perspective? And away she goes. And everybody's off to go and rescue Chrono's mom and the cat. If you win multiple cats, which is a thing you can do at Beckler's lab, you can get more of them going into the portal. Yeah, Tavin's about to set off some fireworks with a hammer. That sounds really safe. Unfortunately, the king needs somebody to make sure that he doesn't fall and break his neck or something. Oh, hey, Yoshinori Kitase. I know that guy. So, we are in the credits, which means that this is the time when I get to say that this game is very, very good. It is probably one of the most well-rounded in terms of quality of the major Super Nintendo RPGs. However, it does have a few things where I think it falls down a little bit. For example, the position-based moves sound really cool at first, and then you realize that there's no way to move yourself around, which makes some of them kind of useless. Like, you may have gotten a chance to notice during the Magus phase of the Lavos pre-boss rush, I guess. So, I had Robo in the party because he has 3 elements of magic between just his own moves. And of course, he has a healing move, which Magus doesn't have, so he looks like a better choice than Magus for that. Oh, hey, so we get a vague glimpse of what the good 2300 looks like. So, the problem there is that Robo's fire move is Proximity Bomb, or Area Bomb as it was called on the SNES. And it deals damage specifically around where Robo is standing, but he does not reposition for the move, even to target a single enemy. And you cannot manually reposition him otherwise. So a bunch of moves in the game often end up being completely useless, even aside from any of the balance issues that the game has, which, I mean, the game is not really well balanced around making all of the characters good choices. Oh, hey, Nomura did some stuff on this. Wow. I forgot that entirely. So, yeah, it's not exactly perfect, but it is a very good game with some very cool ideas behind it. And again, as time travel stories go, I mean, it's pretty good in that regard. It also has a really good soundtrack. The graphics are overall pretty good. This Mode 7 looks like Mode 7, as you'd expect. Some of the character designs, I've said before, I'm not a great fan of Akira Toriyama, but some of them are still pretty good, so I'm not entirely gonna slag the game off on that basis. Overall, if you get a chance to play it and you're an RPG type of person, it is definitely one that you should give a shot. Although sometimes I do wonder how much of that comes down to a level of nostalgia, because, of course, a lot of people played it when they were younger, and so that's where a lot of the glowing reviews and stuff come from, and all of that. As regards this DS version specifically, it is still the same game, so of course it's still really, really good. As a port, it is mostly perfect, but does fall down a little bit in one specific area. And you probably noticed it here and there, and that is sound. Sometimes the sound is just a little bit off, which is absolutely bizarre to me because it's the DS. I don't believe that it should have any problems with being able to do perfect SNES emulation, or at least, you know, being reasonable. You know, it's... The DS is more powerful than the GBA. It shouldn't be running into the issues that DKC3 for the GBA had to have a whole new soundtrack over. And with regard to the new content, we haven't seen all of it yet. I'm going to try to very soon show off the rest of it. The part that we saw before is very grindy and repetitive, but I think that a lot of the rest is actually very good. Uses a lot of the unused assets in a very nice way. Comes back to a lot of ideas that ended up not being finished for the final product. Minor spoilers for the Dimensional Vortex location. We're going to see an area based on and using the music from the Singing Mountain Dungeon, which is probably the most famous thing that was in the prototype, or which was originally going to be in the final game that was taken out. The piece of music in there is pretty well known. It's one that a lot of people really love. I don't know if it's one that we can go listen to in the extras right now, but if it is, I'll show that off real quick. And there's also an area based off of the Volcano Dungeon concept, which was another thing that was dropped from earlier versions, that there was supposed to be a volcano level. And that shows up in the Dimensional Vortex area, and of course it connects things better to Cross, which, you know, fair enough. I mean, the storyline of Chrono Cross is such a strong departure, as I've said before, that it is kind of like Kato was like, gee, I really don't want to be doing this, but I guess I have to. So, inside of those parameters, good on them for making things like that work. Ooh, do we get a little extra ending here? Past what past the original? Oh yeah, there's an extra cinematic. Yeah, you can really see that, like, everybody here just looks like Dragon Quest people. And hey, we get to see what Glenn looks like is a human. I had to remember his name for a second, which is weird because I had it in mind, and then my brain just shut off immediately. And yeah, he has ridiculous green spiky hair. Again, he's an Akira Toriyama character. He pretty much has to by default. An Akira Toriyama character who is male, pardon me. And there's Melchior looking as goofy as possible, basically. The thing on Chrono's headband looks a little bit like a hand. Thought he looked better as a frog? Well, I mean, him being a frogman is kind of a little less generic, so there's points to be had there, I guess. Okay, yeah, that is one more thing that I will say is that the sound gets pretty crunchy in these anime cutscenes, a little bit more so than I remember them being in the olden days. Oh, hey, it looks like Luca made a little mini robo. That's pretty cool. And yeah, here's where we see Kid from Chrono Cross as a baby. Just dropped in the middle of the woods for her to find for some reason. And here we get some credits specifically for this version. Shinji Hashimoto, fuck that guy. I'm sorry, he said a really assholey thing way back in the day when people were like, wow, we really want more games in this series. And he's like, well, then you all should buy more. Meanwhile, I don't think they were actually tracking the sales numbers of this. Like, I wouldn't say it was out of production, but like, it was a couple years into its life cycle. And of course, Chrono Cross was no longer available at that point. Maybe it was before this came out or something. I don't remember. Either way, there's also the part where I really feel like there was no advertising for this whatsoever. I literally found a copy of this just... The first time I found a copy of this was at a GameStop in like 2009 or so when I went to go buy my DS Lite. And I was like, I don't know what I want for this except for Pokemon. And I went there and I was like, okay, I'll get this. I guess I'll pick up... There was something else that I got at the time. I don't remember what it was. Again, it was probably a used Pokemon game. And I got that, and I got Tales of the Abyss for the PS2, which I still have never gone back and played very much of Tales of the Abyss. I played like 20 minutes of it and was like, yeah, this is cool, I'll play it later. Set it down and then didn't actually get around to it. And I saw this, and it was new, and it was like 30 bucks or something, maybe 20 even. Either way, it was priced less than it would have been new for a DS game, so it was pretty old at the time. And I picked it up, and yeah, it was a new game at a GameStop that was, like, actually new. It still had the poster and everything. Which, yeah, I still have all that stuff. I never did anything with the poster, because it's, honestly, I don't usually do stuff with posters that come in those games or anything, unless I buy another one. Which, maybe I will at some point. Again, it's a good game. Why not have that somewhere? As I look at my horrible lack of wall space. Excuse me. I haven't been paying a whole lot of attention to these credits, by the way. I don't know if Yosuke Matsuda was on here or not, which really fuck that guy. Playtesters, huh? And you probably ignored all of them when they said something about the Lost Sanctum areas, didn't you? Or maybe they didn't say anything and they were just like, oh, this is really, really good. This is so great, you guys. I love going up and down this mountain 20 fucking times. You know, who is to say And ooh, would you look at that? The gates open up in 2300, 1000, and 12,000. All in areas where we need the epoch. So we have to get that deep at bare minimum to it flying in a New Game Plus game. Or perhaps we can just do it from our old file. I'll have to look. New option added to the extras menu. Alright, save completion. Existing save data. Oh, you're gonna make me do that? Okay. I wanted to save it in a different slot, but okay. Yeah, we'll go back to the title screen. I don't know what we would do elsewhere, but... Alright, let's check out our extras and open this file. Let's see if we can check that song out. I'm going to take a guess that the answer there is going to be no, just by virtue of the fact that we haven't actually encountered it yet. Oh, here it is. Yeah, this is a pretty well-known bit of unused music in a video game. So we'll actually be able to hear that in a real section of the game at some point. I'm going to see if we don't have to do New Game Plus in order to access Dimensional Vortex. Because, yeah, we can take this escape gate here. We may actually be able to completely skip over having to do New Game Plus. If we wanted to. I mean, honestly, I would still probably consider doing it anyway, just to get some more stat boosting items. I think there's a couple of useful one-time equipments. I don't want to do... I definitely don't want to do the whole of that place again, Lost Sanctum, so that would be a bit of a no-go in that case, but... as we're hanging out over the Sun Temple for some reason. Oh, we don't have to do New Game Plus to do this. Alright, so... let's take a look into this. We're probably not going to finish this the first time, but still. No stability whatsoever here, you don't say. Yeah, let's just go into this completely horribly unstable place and possibly get annihilated. Sounds like fun. So you will see that a lot of this is going to be repeated versions of areas that we've been in before. For example, here we are in the Donkey Kong section of Magus' Castle. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't really have, like, a real use for them. I probably still won't for a very long time, even after. Yeah. Because, well, yeah. I don't know where I'm going with that, but meh. Alright, so we got some crawlies. This is gonna be, well, maybe VIP reward. That's possible. I'm pretty sure there's no chests in the regular rooms here, but I'm gonna check anyway. Sorry, I just hit my mic there. Oops. Okay, so here, this is... Well, I mean, at some point, possibly, it may be a thing, yeah. Anyway, what I meant to say just now was that this is the... I think this is the place where we go to get, the Dactyl Nest. There we go. Oh my god, it's real good when I start trying to talk and I don't remember what I need to say in the first place. Oh hey, there's an item. The Angel's Tiara. That is a new piece of equipment that is probably going to be... Yeah, it's going to be exclusive to the girls, unsurprisingly. Master Turns prevents all status ailments. Wow, okay. Holy shit, that is pretty sick. That's just the Vigil hat, but with auto haste. That is incredibly disgusting. Thank you, game, for putting that broken piece of shit in this game. Although I guess we are in the post-game, so, like, having game-breaking equipment is not really a major issue in any way, is it? So that little side area is the only hidden thing it looks like. That's by design for petty reasons? What? I did not know that that was the cause of any of its issues with... That's... Well, for legal reasons, I am not suggesting, but if it were legal, I would suggest the one that I use at this point is Melon DS. Oh, wow. That's... Well, fuck them, too, I guess. Like, okay, I mean, you're entitled to your opinion, guys, but... As you are making software that is designed to emulate another piece of hardware, like, do your fucking job, asshole! You know, like, get the fuck over yourself and make the thing go. I will absolutely go and grab a link to Melon DS and drop that to you in the DMs, and yeah. Oh good, we're gonna be dealing with first dungeon mobs. I'm so glad that we get this room. And yeah, we're just skipping over these fights because it's seriously not worth the 5 mana to kill these things, or the amount of A button mashes, which is what I'm going to do here. For the level of experience or money, which, you know, money isn't super important, but we can just go back to the Lost Sanctum shop and we can buy some more high-level consumables for the purposes of we might want them. So money is not worthless, it's just not super useful. Anyway, yeah, that's really, really unfortunate as regards Desmu ME, that they are, or Desmium, or however it's pronounced, that they're like, oh, well, we dislike Pokemon this badly that we are intentionally going to make sure the game's, like, if you don't like them, fine, then get somebody else to playtest them for you? Or is nobody willing to work with them because they're such assholes for other reasons, possibly? I wouldn't know for sure because, obviously, I am not that level of involved with that sort of thing. And I know that it's hard, but if it's not a matter of, oh, it's too difficult, which obviously not in that case, well... Also, yeah, look at that bat doing 102 damage. Like I said before, health drain moves are based on your maximum health. So they're effectively fixed damage attacks whenever they happen, and also, yeah, because Magus is at 999 HP, he will get sucked for over 100 by these level 1 bats. Which is actually kind of funny, but I digress. Okay, so here we have... this is actually the Dactyl Nest. This is not just a room that looks like it, and we can't... I was gonna try to sneak past the rock, but I don't know how to do that. Or if that's even doable in this version. In this SNES version, you can actually get past this fight in the regular version of this room. And I know that because I've seen it done in speedruns. And as far as I know, there's no, like... No, you know, there's no no-clip cheat for this game that I don't know about. Or no weird glitch like the Brock Through Walls glitch from Pokemon First Generation games. Which I think is probably like the most accessible walk through walls for that part of the game. Or at all, really. Of course, that part of the game is like the first hour or so. So, yeah, it would have to be the most accessible for that part of the game. Okay, so this is the part where we have completed all the side rooms of the Dimensional Vortex. And we are about to get into the actual dungeon itself that is added on to this. Which means that we want to use this portal to go forward. And here we are in 12,000 BC. We've got the singing mountain music, and we have a nice icy mountain here. A little bit different conceptually from what was intended, I believe. But, that's fine. You know, I bet I could have hit all these dudes with Dark Bomb. I should have tried it. Unfortunately, I thought of that far too late. But that would have been neat to see that move actually have some real usage. Alright, so we gotta figure out a way to get where we're going here, because Oh, okay. I just couldn't see the wall climbing sprites. They blended in really well. Also, that looks like some minor tile errors, but again, I'm pretty sure that is accurate to the DS version. That chest is really blending in, though. What do we got here? We got a Chaos Mage. Fun. Unfortunately, it's not going to have a chance to show us any of what it might have. As we just pick up that Mega Elixir and move on with our lives. I do enjoy a nice free Mega Elixir. No effort involved getting this ridiculously strong healing move. Can we go into this hole in the wall? No, they're not even real teleports. They're just using the tiles. I want to go past these dudes before I fight them. Just to be like, hey, yeah, I can do that. They bunch up nicely. That... Okay, we can't quite get all 4 of these with Dark Bomb, but we can still do some pretty significant damage to a large group of them, and by pretty significant damage, I mean all of their HP. These enemies are pretty ineffectual at this point in life. Get them out of here. Oh, what do we got? Ah, we got some skillies. They're skillies, so I assume that dark magic is not going to be super great on them. I've played at least one video game before. Unfortunately, it was Mega Man X7. Alright, so... if we go down there, we're basically going to bobsled all the way down the hill. Just without the bobsled, I guess. So before we go for a ride, let's pick up this high potion. Oh. Boy, I'm glad I wasted the effort. Nice fucking troll game. So yeah, here's an area where we can't really... Oh, I see what the deal is. Once we go there... Alright, so those holes are... Oh, I gotta fight the skellies again, don't I? Here come the bone crew. The boners. Alright. Oh, shit. Oh. So, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I was about to be like, I'm gonna save state for this, but no, this monster right here, this is the Wonder Rock. If this thing is very rare to appear, it has a lot of HP and it has a chance to run away, I believe. Also, it counters even when you miss it. with a lavalanche type of move. I believe it has a chance to run away as well. If you are able to kill it, in addition to the bevy of EXP and, well, no longer relevant tech points that it drops, this thing drops the Lumicite shard, which we can take to the guy at the Lost Sanctum in 600 AD to make a very nice piece of armor. Which I think is Luca exclusive, which is a bit of a shame, but otherwise a nice piece of armor. To be honest, I probably don't need to spam Heal Beam on this thing whatsoever. So, in fact, I'm going to spend a bit of PP on Electrocute. PP, did I just say PP? Yeah. I'm thinking Earthbound and or Pokemon now. Robo dumps some mana onto this for a pretty sizable chunk of damage. I would love to kill this because I would love to be able to show this off. And then I wouldn't have to do like any save state shenanigans. Yeah, 10,000 experience, 20,000 gold, and no fucking Lumicite shard. I guess that's chance-based too. Fuck you, game. That's great. I should have save stated, I guess. Jeez. Ooh, we're in a different area, so I guess that we do kind of want to travel around the various parts of the mountain that way. Alright, we're going to actually throw out some Cyclone here. And see if we can just deal with all these chuckleheads as fast as possible. Plus, we'll get to see them use some moves, which is interesting-ish. Oh no, it tried to silence us. Wow. Using status effects when our entire party is immune to statuses. Unless Lavos' second form is in town, in which case, well, it has the ability to remove that from you. Which is so fucked up, man. I forgot that that was even a mechanic in that fight. Slide down over here, but I think we had to do that, so that's fine. Alright, yeah, here come the fleas, we get it. Not that flea. Oh, we didn't kill everything. Well, good job. Good job, Chrono, not having enough magic tabs, I guess. Alright, no rock, so it's time to keep traveling down the mountain slowly but surely. Trying to figure out where the best places to go are here, if there's anywhere else useful. Oh, we could have gotten over there. Do we really want to go all the way I think if we just go all the way down, we have to start the entire area over, basically. Yeah, all I see is the one hole there. This is a bit of a puzzle zone that I also don't 100% know how to deal with. So this could be a bit of a ride. Back in a sec while this plays out on its own. Alright, I'm back. I decided to just get up and go tie my hair back because I was getting annoyed with it being in weird places on my headphones. Alright, so I don't know how to get over to the spot over there on the far right end of the map. Maybe we can't do that from here. Give him points for creativity, at least for this, so... And by this, I mean the sliding part, not the same generic battle over and over. That part kind of sucks. Is this hole lead anywhere useful? No, it's just the same place. Let's try going in here. Ah, yes, here we go. Here is another new area. We got a skelly. We've got a spot we can't get to. We got a high ether. Unfortunately, I think this is just going to bring us back down to the bottom of the mountain again. And I'm going to be stuck here thinking, how in the fuck am I supposed to get over to that last spot? Because I don't see another way to go down, like, further to the right or something. Oh, here we go. We go out to the right here, there's this snow field. With a couple of just random chunks of blocking terrain hanging out in the middle of it. Also, yeah, I do need to heal, you're right. For anybody who's thinking it, you are not wrong. We did pay the boner tax a couple of times there, and it has definitely resulted in our HP being a little bit lower than it should be right now. So let's go ahead and fix that. Robo can say it just below full. He'll be fine, I'm sure. Probably. Oh, hey, check that guy out. So, that enemy being out here is really cute. I like that because it's an homage to the original cover art of the game, which showed Marl, Chrono, and Luca fighting the Hecarim out in the middle of a snowfield using a triple tech that wait, no, it was Marl, Chrono, and Frog, pardon me, using the triple tech Arc Impulse, I think. You know, let's go over to Frog. Oh, do we not have it yet? Yeah, I guess I have really just not learned everybody's triple techs. Anyway, so it's like it's a piece of artwork that makes no sense to a lot of people because it's like, well, you can't actually have that set up at all in this game. And it became very infamous for that reason among a lot of fans of the game. However, with that enemy in this area, you can actually do that in this version. If you use the move on it, it does 1 HP of damage, which is actually even funnier, honestly, that it's completely worthless. Like, thanks a lot, devs. That's pretty good. You got us! So yeah, let's go fight that snow beast real quickly. Which is indeed what it's called. And yeah, as we hit it, its attack is going to go up, but I think we're going to kill it before it has a chance to make any sort of move. Not quite. It is pretty beefy. Never mind. There we go. Yeah, it probably has like 4,000 HP or something, if I had to guess. So, you know, not much to worry about, especially when you're dealing almost guaranteed crits with Chrono. That said, you should definitely slap the sunglasses back on him at this point, if possible. Hey, look, a revive. Neat. And more of these enemies. This area could probably stand a little bit more monster variety, really, if they're going to make you fight the same encounter multiple times in that one room. Well, I mean, I can't move my character around, so certainly one of those is out of the question. Ooh, we got a new piece of equipment here. We got the Regal Gown. That feels like it should probably go specifically on Marl, just for reasons. Reduces all damage by 1/3. So, I mean, not as much defense as the Prismatic Dress, but it does provide auto shell and auto protect. I almost said auto guard. That's not really... There's no guard command in this game either, which is kind of unusual now that I think about it. I mean, I guess there's a lot of RPGs where that's also the case, but, huh. Let's see if we can deal with the snow beast before it does anything too nasty again. Oh, that could be pretty harsh damage-wise. Never mind. Only Robo took any damage that could actually be a matter of concern. And even that's a bit of a stretch to say it could potentially be a concern. Wow, he took over 100 from it. That's about it. Amazing. Yeah, we know Robo's magic defense could stand to be a little bit higher. It'll get there eventually, probably. Or perhaps not. Right, over here. What else is going on in this snowfield? Any more items to pick up? We got an elixir. Those are always nice. We got another snow beast we can fight. I am going to go fight that snow beast real quick. Let's the spear. Good. Speaking of good, Chrono getting that good damage in there. Hey! Magus can still cast Stop on these things. Amazing. You go, dude. I'm surprised that Judgment Scythe has never become, like, outdated. Somehow it's actually significantly better than his ultimate weapon in the original game. Despite being weaker. Good job, guys. What are we dealing with here? Oh shit, we got two snow beasts. Throwing some fire magic. That should probably do at least a fair chunk of damage to these things, right? As both of them use ice cubes back to back here. Okay, that damage is kind of unimpressive. Disregard what I said earlier. It's not really that... Meh. Oh, and they've got water too as well. Interesting. Not sure why you would need both on your character, but okay. Hey, nice. One of them got stopped again. Alright, let's throw out a heal beam in the middle of battle, because we got time now. Alright, I think that's everything here. I may have missed something, but I don't know for sure. But here we are, once again, in the Nameless Cave. We've got the music in... well, music. The ambiance, rather, from... one area or another. I think it plays in Beckler's lab. Alright, so that's a warp outside. And if we go further in, there's some more stuff to do here. Oh. Huh. So I guess Marl is gonna have to be in our party here. Yeah, so we are required to use Marl for whatever this upcoming fight is. Well, let's do this. Huh. The heck? You don't say, guys. Somebody care to explain what's going on here? Oh, nope. The other version of Marl just wants to kill her. The Alabaster Shade, it's called. Well, despite the fact that Marl is kind of not amazing, she does have a few advantages to her name. Most notably, having great defense from that regal dress. And the ability to cast haste, which will get everybody some more turns. Which is probably going to help out quite a bit when it comes to DPS. I have a feeling that water magic is going to be a poor idea here, which means that once we're done hasting up herself and Magus, she's probably not going to be doing a whole lot except for just basic attacks for a bit. Okay, I think she's in, like, a counter phase now, judging by that number of attacks. I don't really remember this fight too well, save that it exists. Yeah, so I think next turn it would be a good idea to heal with Robo. And just, that's all he's doing for now. Is just heal a couple of times. She's still hasted, so... I know that haste can actually run out eventually, but it seems like it takes a bit. Hey, not so bad. Speed, accuracy, and stamina improved. Yeah, if we beat these dimensional vortexes, the main 1000 AD crew all gain stat buffs. So that's pretty nice, which means that we probably ended up overusing the drugs on people. But, you know what? I think we'll be able to live with that. It'll eventually turn out to not be such an issue, I'm sure. Did we get a speed tab recently? Yes, we did. Alright, so, we're giving that to Frog because he's at 15 speed, I think. So... yeah, there we go. Alright. So with that, we're going to fly on back to the end of time. I was like, is there something I need to do in the Lost Sanctum? And there is not, because we didn't win a Limsite Shard from that Wonder Rock. That said, however, we can actually get one of those to spawn in the Lost Sanctum. So I may actually just do that off screen. So that way we can have that piece of gear and I can show that off for next time. But that'll be something that we worry about next time.